beginning of the college football season, I had one question, and that was if whether or not the college football rankings were going to matter at all with the 12-team playoff in our lives. Now that we're barreling towards the last couple of weeks of the regular season, I think I was asking the wrong question. I originally asked if the rankings were going to matter, when I really should have been asking how the rankings were going to matter. 13 weeks in, I think we're starting to get a pretty clear picture. 9 of the top 10 teams are from the Big Ten and the SEC, and the one that isn't is perpetual college football darling Notre Dame. I know we won't see the committee's picks until tomorrow, but I can't imagine it's going to look much different than this. And all I gotta say is that the other teams outside of the Big Ten and the SEC have got to show up in the playoffs. Because if they all get boat raced, the Big Ten and the SEC are going to be like, why are they here? And I know some folks are going to be like, hey, come on, we have teams like Miami that exist out there. What's the big deal? Whether we like it or not, college football realignment is still very much around, and despite the fact that it's been really quiet as of late, teams like Miami, Clemson, and Florida State, despite the year they're having, could very much find themselves in the Big Ten or the SEC in the coming years. And I know there's some financial stuff out there as well, but the TV networks who are pulling the strings on basically all of this have more than enough money to make happen what they want to happen. This got me thinking of a new question, and that is, if the Big Ten and the SEC do end up absorbing a few more teams and breaking away, would you be interested in watching a playoff consisting of all the teams outside of those two conferences? So instead of bowl games, you would have a playoff of the best teams from the ACC, Pac-12, Big 12, and the Group of Five. And for me personally, I think I'm kind of into it. As an example, look, I went to Washington State University, and look, I love my Cougs more than anything, but the reality is we were never going to win a national championship in football. At least not with the way college football is currently functioning. I personally think it would be a lot of fun to see like a group of 8 playoff or something, and then just let the Big Ten, the SEC go do their own thing. And I know that what I'm proposing might end up just really hurting the sport, but the reality is I'm just trying to find what's going to be the most entertaining, because I'd also make the argument the sport's already broken. Yeah, like give me a few days. I'm willing to put together like a group of 8 bracket. Like, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Is this something you'd be interested in? I, for one, would be, but I'd love to know your thoughts.